Hi guys, first of all, thank you to all of you who have been DMing me with positive feedbacks and topics that you want me to talk about. It helps me and motivates me to keep doing these videos, so thank you for that. So, I've been talking about preparation in general regarding all areas, and I thought I would show you my reloading bench and what tools I use. So to quickly explain my reloading routine, and it's not really that complicated. If it's virgin brass, I just load it up and shoot. If it's already been shot, I start with annealing it and using a brush inside the neck instead of lube. Then I put around 50 to 100 cases in a box, spray it with some Hornady one-shot lube. Then I resize it and bump the shoulder back around 0.5 millimeter. In this step, the tool also removes the primer. Then I clean the primer pocket, check if the brass needs to be trimmed or deburred. I check this every 5 to 7 times I reload it. Then I use an ultrasonic cleaner to clean the brass with Frankford ultrasonic cleaning kit. Then I use the oven at about 60 degrees to dry it. So that's the boring part. Then the fun part is to put primers, powders and bullets. On training ammo, I do all of these steps on my Dillon. But for big competitions, my OCD kicks in and I use separate tool for each process. So my reloading bench is based on this mount, which I can modify depending on what tool I need. And also on my Dillon 750 with the case feeder. On this mount I can choose between my custom primer seater, my RCBS press, bench vise and my barrel vise. On the Dillon I have two different tool heads, one for my 6BR, one for my 6.5. I also have an arbor press, but I only have tools for 6BR, and since I'm shooting 6.5 Creedmoor right now, I don't have any tools for that, but hopefully I will get a custom tool for my 6.5 Creedmoor as well. And last but not least, the brass prepper from Frankford Arsenal, which I use for brushing the inside of neck, trimming, deburring, cleaning the primer pockets. Almost forgot the annealer as well. It's an ugly annealer and it's not my thoughts, it's the name of the product, the ugly annealer. So a quick run through. Start with annealing it with my ugly annealer, then I brush it instead of lubing it, then I clean the primer pockets with the Frankford, resize it in the RCBS press, and I clean it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Then depending on if it's training or match, I will put primers either in my custom primer seater or the Dillon. And then it's time for powder. I use my two Auto Tricklers V4, which I forgot to show you earlier. I use the Dillon to put the powder in, just using a funnel here, and also a tool for seating the bullets. This season I'm trying to optimize the workflow, so I have moved my Auto Tricklers closer to the Dillon, and I'm trying to do as much as possible on the Dillon. With being a family father of 2 and trying to be as a good husband as possible, I'm trying to minimize my time in the reloading room so I can be as effective as possible and also use as much time as possible for being on the range instead of in the loading room. So this was a quick tour of my reloading bench. Have a great weekend and see you soon again.